Hey guys, it's Candy. Welcome back. So today I thought I would share with you guys all of the Christmas books that I have to read this holiday season. And actually my goal is to finish up the book that I'm reading right now and start on these books next week. I figure 6 weeks is enough time to get through the 11 Christmas books that I have to read. Here is my stack, and we're just gonna go through the books. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what they're about, so that way if you don't read as fast as me, you can just pick out a few that sound good to you and add them to your list. Before we get started, I do want to pop in and say, if you're not following me on Our Family Nest Instagram page, I still have some books there for sale. Most of them are like mystery and thriller, but there are some romance books mixed in there as well. If you want to check it out, it's just one post, and then if you read the post, it gives you the directions on what you need to do if you want to purchase one of them. The first book is The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan, and this book is about a gal named Carmen who just got fired from her job, or let go from her job working at a department store. So she really doesn't have enough money to be out on her own, so she ends up moving in with her sister, who no one's really thrilled about the situation except their mother, because the mother really wants these two sisters to have a good relationship. So Carmen ends up finding a job at this like really old kind of ancient bookstore. Everything's really disorganized and dusty and just dingy, and she just is so excited about this job. She's ready to like breathe life into this bookstore. And then she also meets this like author who comes into the bookstore who's actually a little bit interested in her. And it's mostly about Carmen just making this bookstore amazing in time for Christmas shopping. So sounds like a cute little Hallmark story. Actually, a lot of these books sound like they would make great little Hallmark movies for the holidays. This book, A Merry Little Meet Cute, is my favorite cover out of all of the Christmas books. It's so stinking cute. It's by two authors, Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. So this book, while it all looks really cute and colorful, it's actually pretty spicy. It is about two different characters. It's a dual point of view, and they're two bisexuals. One of them is actually like a plus size porn star. Her name is Bree, and she ends up reconnecting with her childhood crush Nolan, who is actually like an ex-boy band member who I think has like a drug problem or alcohol problem or something. It ends up that Bree and Nolan are like filming this little movie together, and they end up having like a secret romance. They're trying to keep it hidden from everyone, but there's someone that finds out that's out to kind of like ruin Nolan's career. Tessa Bailey describes it as a charming holiday romp you absolutely need in your life. All right, next up by Leah Lewis is 8 Perfect Hours. Isn't this super cute? I just love all these Christmas covers. That's what makes me so excited to read them. It's just, they're so cute. So two strangers, Noelle and Sam, end up meeting up one night that there is a blizzard, and they have the night of their lives. I'm assuming that's the 8 perfect hours. They go separate ways after this wonderful night together, assuming that they will never see each other again. And they describe it as serendipity that the two of them end up continuously bumping into each other. It sounds like a little romance is going to spark up. Next up, we have The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. This book is about a chef named Charlie and her identical twin sister, Cass. It's just days before Christmas, and both of their lives just haven't been going so great, so they decide to do something that they haven't done since they were little kids: switch places. So then all this drama ensues. There's some romance in the air. It's described as the Gilmore Girls meets The Parent Trap meets Cake Wars. In other words, it's perfect. Next up is The Christmas Shopaholic by Sophie Kinsella. This is actually book 9 of the Shopaholic series, but like all of the Shopaholic books, you can read them as standalones. This one is about a gal named Becky who has always just loved Christmas time. This year, though, it seems like everything is just not going as planned, and her parents make an announcement. They're making a big life change, and so Becky ends up having to host Christmas that year. She's all excited, putting all of her plans into action, until her ex-boyfriend shows up with his new girlfriend and things just aren't going as planned. You're basically on a journey to see if Becky can overcome all of the disasters that have come her way. The Christmas Dress by Courtney Cole. This book is about Meg. She's in the fashion industry. She ends up having to return to her hometown of Chicago because her father had passed away, and it was in his will that she now owns this senior citizen apartment building. So Ellie, one of the longtime residents of the apartment building, is having a really tough year. She's having to go through all of her belongings because she's about to move into a nursing home. And so Meg and Ellie kind of begin this relationship. They're going through all of her belongings and they find this beautiful dress, which happens to fit Meg perfectly. She ends up wearing it to the building's Christmas party, and it ends up being one of the best nights of her life. I'm gonna have a hard time deciding what to read first. They all just sound so cute to me. We have two books here by Susan Mallory. We have The Christmas Wedding Guest, which is book 1, and then we have Home Sweet Christmas, which is book 2 of the series. Both of these books are like small town vibes. This book is about the Somerville sisters. They both really believe in love, but they haven't had the best luck. One of them returns home right before the holidays. Her name is Reggie, to help her parents plan their Christmas vow renewal. So they're kind of having like a whole wedding that she helps plan. And it ends up one of her ex-boyfriends comes back into the picture. So second chance romance. And then the other sister, Dina, she's just done waiting to find the perfect man. She ends up getting pregnant on purpose because she's ready to just be a mother, raise a child on her own. This famous songwriter comes in to check into a room at the inn that she runs, and he hasn't been able to write any music since the passing of his wife. But when he meets Dina, he's so inspired to write new music because he just sees this woman who's like so passionate about wanting to raise a child on her own. And of course, it sounds like a little romance is sparked there as well. And as the Christmas wedding draws closer, these two sisters just might unwrap the most treasured gift of all: love. Book 2, it's different characters. Again, we have two friends who find unexpected love in the town of Wishing Tree, the same town in the first book. And there's just a lot of humor, just learning that life isn't always perfect, but sometimes you find love in unexpected places. When you read reviews, people really love Susan Mallory's way of writing romance books. Kind of almost reminds me of Ellen Hilderbrand in a way. The next one is One Last Gift by Emily Stone. And oh my God, just reading what this book is about nearly brings tears to your eyes. This is a real tearjerker. I just got goosebumps. Cassie and Tom lost their parents when they were really young, their brother and sister. 20 years later, Tom passes away unexpectedly. Cassie was also close to Tom's best friend, Sam. They had a really good friendship and relationship, but everything that she's been through in her life, she kind of just pushes Sam away just because she just can't put her heart out there. She's been through so much pain and loss. So Cassie ends up finding a letter with her name on it, and she knew right away when she seen it that it was this year's Christmas scavenger hunt. Tom has been doing this for years, and for months he had been promising her that this year's Christmas scavenger hunt was going to be better than any of the ones before. So she ends up traveling to London, reconnecting with old friends, rekindles a lost love, and most importantly, rediscovers herself. By the same author, I have Always in December. I think she wrote this book first, then this one. Not that you have to read them in that order. They're not connected. Well, little Miss Emily Stone, it appears as though she just loves to make us cry, because this book is just as gut-wrenching as the other one, if not more. This one is about Josie, a character who lost both of her parents in a horrible car accident. And so every Christmas she writes her parents a letter, and she actually mails it. One night when she's on her way of mailing out the letter, she runs into Max. Literally runs into Max. They end up really building a connection. They spend the Christmas holiday together. Josie really believes she's onto something special, and then out of nowhere, Max disappears, and Josie's heart is broken. And then over the next year, Josie and Max end up unexpectedly running into each other. How crazy. So Josie learns all the reasons why Max had to leave, and apparently they're pretty good reasons. And as the next year's Christmas approaches, the big question is, are they going to spend it together or not. And last but not least, we have Mary Kay Andrews' The Santa Suit. It's a novella, I guess, just because it's a little short story. This book is about Ivy, who just went through a divorce. She ended up wanting to start over in this new, quaint little small town in North Carolina. She bought an old farmhouse. And when she first moves in, she's going through some things in the attic and she finds a Santa suit. In the pocket of the Santa suit is a note written by a little girl who her only Christmas wish was for her father to return home from the war. Ivy is determined to figure out who wrote the note, were the people reunited, did the girl get her wish, and it ends up leading her to a lot of unexpected wonderful things. Family being reunited, a second chance romance, this town welcoming her with open arms. She ends up solving a little mystery, so there's some mystery involved. It just sounds really cute. It sounds like a great little story. I love short books. I wish there were more books that were under like 200 pages. 207 pages. I love that. Anyways, guys, that wraps it up. That's all 11 books that I'm hoping to read this holiday season. I've seen some other people share books recently and I'm like, oh, I need that one, I need that one. But I'm trying to be so much better about not over purchasing books. I just have too many books, you guys know this. 11 books over a 6 to 7 week period is more than enough books. We're gonna stick with these for this holiday season. I'm assuming some of these will become part of my November reading wrap-up video, and then other ones will be part of my December reading wrap-up. If you want to hear my opinion on those books, those videos will be coming in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.